Hey everyone, Marcella Silva here, Land Baroness. Have you ever said something like, I'm never going to be able to save enough money to retire, or my 401k only goes up when I put money into it, or I'm really worried about a stock crash coming up. Everyone's talking about the market crashing lately. And as a matter of fact, as of today, the Dow went down 172 points in like the final closing of the day. For me personally, investing in something that has that kind of volatility just really gives me stress, puts me on edge, and really gives me no hope for the future that I want when I retire. And as a matter of fact, back in 2007, I was in your very same shoes looking for a different way to invest. All of my money was in my 401k. And the only way it went up was when I put money into it. And I remember looking at that statement thinking to myself, there has to be a better way. I also remember feeling like I had no sense of security. My 401k was basically just a glorified, expensive savings account. Expensive because of all of the hidden fees that they charge that I'm not even aware of. Whether I'm making money or losing money, those managers of those 401ks, they're making money regardless. So I wanted to take control of my own future, and I started looking for a different way to invest. Now, the hard part about that is, what do you invest in? Who do you trust? It's difficult, especially when there's a financial advisor on every single corner out there. So I started doing my own due diligence. I started researching, going to seminars, reading books about investing. And ultimately, I decided I wanted to take the avenue of real estate because real estate has created wealth for people throughout history. And it was also a real asset. I wanted that sense of ownership, actually physically owning something that I controlled. So in my journeys and in my research, I decided, owning a rental property was way more hassle than what it was worth. I didn't want to deal with the tenants' toilets and termites. Also doing the fix and flips, while it sounded great, it was basically just a business. It's not an investment. You have to put a tremendous amount of money and effort into it. I wanted an investment that I could set and forget and that would grow for me without me having to be there. And without having to trust in somebody else to manage it for me. I wanted that control. So along the way, divine intervention put me in front of somebody who started telling me about something called land banking. I was like, land banking? What the heck is that? I'd never heard of that before. But it had to do with land, and I was naturally curious about that because of my own parents and what they had gone through while I was growing up. They were investing in land. However, this land was all located in rural areas of New Mexico, where I was born and raised. But nonetheless, they still did very well with their land investments and still continue to. They're actually retired now because of that. So I went and learned all about land banking, and I had that gut feeling. When you feel like something is right and it just makes sense. I had that gut feeling, and I trusted myself that this was the right investment for me based off of the information that I got and from what I've personally seen. I mean, land is really very simple. Just look around your own backyards. Look at the place where you grew up. Does it look completely different today than when you grew up? Is there a lot more development? Land is always needed by everybody and everything, yet we all walk on it and walk by it every single day without really understanding the true value of it. So I became an investor in 2008. Luckily, I took my money out of the stock market before I lost a bunch of it. I used that 401k money, rolled it into what's called a self-directed IRA, and purchased my first property in March of 2008, right as everything started to crash. So luckily, I took my money out of the stock market, thank goodness. And within the first year of me purchasing that property, guess what? It didn't go down in value. It actually more than doubled. So needless to say, I fell in love with that investment. I was very happy with it. And since then, it has continued to perform outstandingly. I have many other land investments that I've purchased. And ultimately, I decided to retire from being a software engineer to help other people take advantage of this limited and finite asset that is actually running out very quickly in areas that are high growth, where land is needed most. And that just so happens to be where we position our investors. So if you're interested in something like this, in having control of your own financial future, in having control of your investments, and being able to see it working for you, then get in touch with me, Marcela Silva. You can find me at www.dirtisgold.com and sign up for one of my upcoming webinars. I'd be happy to show you what land banking is all about and the true power behind wealth creation in land. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to talking to you.